Hey guys, hey, are we recording? We're recording? Yeah, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to a new season of Witches of the Moon. For those of you who don't know, my name is Dia, aka OreOasis.com, and Crafting the Craft. All that can be found in the description box, wherever YouTube decide to place it these days, because you know they always doing updates. Um, this week we are talking about, first of all, I'd like to welcome our new host, okay? Welcome back one and then welcome our other new host. Don't forget to watch all their videos, and you should have been watching videos right by now and noticing that we had new hosts. Also, you should know our topic by now because you should have been watching the other videos. But the topic this week is our first steps on the path. So, my first steps on the path, I would say, okay, how do I explain it? Oh, I don't even know how to explain it, but okay. We're just going to look. My mother is a Roman Catholic, or was. I don't know what the hell she is these days. And my dad is a Muslim under Louis Farrakhan. So if you wonder why I'm a little mentally messed up, just Google both of those and figure out how those two are supposed to go together. Little disclaimer, they're divorced. So, okay, so growing up, there were certain things that, being Roman Catholic, that my mom wanted me to do that my father, while he didn't stop her, he would have jokes about it. And I've always been a quick learner. I've always been one to study and watch things. So I would go, huh. Like I wouldn't really ask them anything, but, that just right then and there, first of all, made me, question certain things. Like how you're a child, you pay attention and you may not fully understand, but you, like, what? Okay, so then there were things that when I started out in a Roman Catholic school. My mom put me in Roman Catholic school. Shout out to Bodhi Youth Academy in St. Raymond's. But yeah, I started out in a Roman Catholic school, and we have one of our classes is religion, and we had to go to Roman Catholic school. You had to have a religion class, and then you had to go to church one Sunday a month with the school, and then you also had to be at church every Sunday with your parents because they're supposed to be parishioners of the church. Now, I've always had questions that I got in trouble for. One of my first questions I got in trouble for was, and this is what led me up to the path. First of all, okay, I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, one of the questions I had in religion class, really young, was I asked, where was the first Bible found and who wrote the Bible? And I got in trouble for asking that question. And it was just curious because people write books. My mom always kept me in books. And even in children's books, they have a copyright date. It's always some type of numbers. Now, I didn't understand copyright dates then. And I'm sorry if the camera's moving around. I'm sitting on my bed right now. So as I move, the camera's like, ooh. So sorry for that. Don't want to get y'all dizzy. But yeah, so I didn't understand copyright dates and things like that, but I knew that books had dates. That's what my mom explained to me. This is the date this book was created. So where was the first Bible created? Who wrote the Bible? As a kid, I thought that was a legitimate question. Guess not. So I got in trouble for that. And then it was this one day that I snapped. As a child, I had really severe eczema, really bad eczema, and I always sweated a lot as a kid. And my mom, she wasn't too good at getting stains out of clothes because, deodorant after a while will stain when you sweat a lot. For those who are sweaters, they know deodorant will leave stains in clothes, and underneath your arms, it'll have like a yellow stain. And my mom at the time, it wasn't no Google, it wasn't YouTube back then where you could figure it out. My great grandmother was in another state at the time, so she couldn't wash my clothes for me. But my mom she didn't know how to get out the stains, basically. So instead of keep buying, because we wasn't poor, but we wasn't like balling. So instead of keep buying me new shirts and everything, she would just tell me to wear a sweater over my shirt so you couldn't see the stains. Okay. So I just want you to understand this. So this one hallway you had to go through at the school to go from one class to the other. This particular hallway has no AC. None. And it's like August, like the heat of August. And the other class was late getting out, So instead of taking us back, well, which I thought would be common sense, taking us back to the other classroom or the other hallway, the nun had us stand in this hot behind hallway until this other class let out so we can go into class. Mind you, no AC, windows are there, but the windows do not open, and they have the little, the little stained glass with the little pictures of the saints and stuff like that. So I'm standing here, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I got on the sweater on top of that. My mom told me not to take off the sweater because she doesn't want nobody to see my stains under the arms, and I'm just sitting there and I'm going through it, and I turn to my left, and this statue has always been there. Honestly, this statue has always been there, but today, it just, it's a little baby, naked baby angel, basically. So I flip out. I go, why is it okay? I flip out and I just ask another question. Why is it okay for these little baby angels to be naked, but not for us? Why is it a sin for us, but it's okay for them to be flying around butt naked? I'm hot. So, of course, I got in trouble for that. I said a little more. I'm condensing to what I said, but I kind of went on a little rant. Got in trouble for that. Okay. Then, I still always had questions. And being where I was raised at, I had a lot of family members that lived on the other side of town. I was raised in Philadelphia. I grew up mainly Mount Airy, but I had a lot of family members who lived in West Philly. So going back and forth to see them and being in that area, West Philly and the downtown area and a few other little spots here and there. This was the era where neo soul was picking up. If you don't know what that is, not going into it, Google that. So with the era of neo soul picking up, that brings in a lot of other cultures that I got to see. Not necessarily experience. My mom didn't let me get too close, but I got to see from a distance, and that caused questions. Now, I went to a point in my life where I just hated everything, and basically, to me, I went to a point in my life where to me there was no God. Not that I believe that there was no God whatsoever, but the God that I was taught can't possibly exist. And if it did, I was like, fuck it, fuck. Ooh, I shouldn't be cursing on Shema. I was just like, that one, because I'm not, no, I'm done with that one, no. So around the time I turned about 14 or 15, no, I'm sorry, I was about, actually, yeah, I'm right. I was in high school, because years went by and I just said, screw that. I was in high school and I'm just in the hallway, right? And this girl walks up, beautiful girl. I don't know which culture she was, but she was other Spanish descent. I can't remember her name, which she should get the most credit because she's the one who actually introduced me to the other person. But I can't remember her name. But she introduced me to this guy named Don. And they both started talking to me about Wicca and, asked me about my beliefs and things like that. And it turned out, for some of y'all know this part of the story. It turned out they was telling me, explaining me stuff. So I said, okay, cool. They wanted me to meet their high priestess and, learn new things. So what I did was, because I didn't know how this was going to go down, and technically this is why I say, as a child, you really shouldn't do things in secret. Try to do it the right way first. Now, what I did was I got her number, the girl I went to school with, her number, her parents' number, Don number, because Don was a grown-ass man. He was not a teenager. He was a grown man. His number, address, the high priestess phone number, address and everything. And I wrote everything down, and I came home to my mom, and I told my mom I wanted to explore Wicca. And, of course, my mom was like, what? But we sat down, we talked about it. I explained to her from my point of view. I gave her the list of everybody to call, to talk to them. And she said, okay. I was totally shocked that she said, okay. I was waiting for the debate. I was waiting for the argument. I was totally prepared, waiting for, counteracting everything. She said, okay. So with that, her giving me, basically her blessing. She never actually met Don, but she did talk to him on the phone for a while. I'm not sure if she called anybody else. I'm not sure if she met up with anybody else. Oh, I'm not really sure if she even met Don. I don't know. I do know she did talk to Don on the phone a couple of times. I wasn't around if she called or talked to anybody else. But from there, Don and the girl from my school, and I don't know why I can't remember her name. Oh my God, it's driving me crazy. But Don and the girl from my school, they took me, they showed me some stuff, how to consecrate your book, because they didn't, even though charm was out there, they didn't call it a book of shadows. So how to just concentrate your book, how to start charging stuff, how to cleanse your how to cleanse your area. They showed me all the occult stores that was in the area that technically was hidden in plain sight. Because I walked past these stores all the time and did not know that was that store. So that's what led me into it. Now, as far as that, that's what actually led me on the path. Now, I didn't stay on Wicca too long. I never got to meet the high priestess of that particular coven. What happened was, I'm sorry, I'm looking out the window because birds are flying. But what happened was, I was going to meet the high priestess that day. It was me, the girl, and Don, and I can't remember the high priestess name either. And they told me to sit on this bench and wait here. And Don, the girl, stayed with me. We was talking. Don walked off. I didn't see he walked off too. But when he came back, the high priestess said she didn't want to meet me. She didn't want me in her coven, um, for whatever reasons. She didn't want me in her coven. Okay, whatever, not a problem. Well, I know the reasons. It's just not important to this particular topic. So, okay, whatever. After that, Don still showed me some things on his own. He wasn't supposed to, but Don still showed me some things on his own. She showed me some things, and Don introduced me to another couple um, who was not in the coven, but also in the life. And he took me over their house, and we had a great time. I wish I still kept in contact with that couple. We had a great time. They had the cutest little kid. And I keep looking here. The camera's there. Okay, they had the cutest little kid, and the introduction showed me some more stuff. They showed me how to use how to use a pendulum, and what I could use for a pendulum. And they were the ones who told me, I should use my rosary for a pendulum, since that's what I had. That's had my most energy to it, because those are the prayer beads that Catholic people use as our sacred rosaries. So with that led me into the path, and that also led me kind of back into, not kind of, it led me back into the Bible, back into my studies, because again, being raised Roman Catholic, there's a lot of stuff that we do that when you look at the other side of witchcraft, you're like, huh, okay. So, that just put me back to the Bible, because, okay, as far as lighting candles, we already did that. As far as lighting incense, we already did that. They say chants and stuff, chants and other stuff over the words of power. Well, we call it words of power today. They didn't call it words of power then, just spell words or whatever. We had prayers from the Bible that we use, or incantations, or certain prayers that were not from the Bible but were based on the Bible, that we said that, we use. So to me, it was kind of like the same thing. So it kind of put me back, put me back into my Bible studies. And that's what made me take my studies in the Bible much more serious, and let me go into the library often to try to find books, and having to talk to librarians so I get access to other books. And librarians wanted to talk to my mother because I'm asking for books that they felt as though I should not be asking for, which was totally none of their business, but life happens. And then it led me into getting library cards from bigger libraries that were downtown, that had like this is one huge library downtown that, oh my God, there's so many books in it, you can get lost. If you love books, you will happily get lost in this place, of every genre, every era. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but that is what led me into, or I would say my steps, because I can't say first steps, because it's kind of a mashup of everything, but that's what led me into the path. And from there, even though I stayed with the Bible, I did learn, I got into astrology around 1920. I got into astrology, and I got into, when I was around 16, 17, I got introduced to runes, through another situation that I won't talk about, but I got into runes through somebody who was appointed to mentor me at the time. And basically that's it. Then also, I learned a lot of stuff from the older community. I was, the high school that I went to was Wotm at the time. They closed it down now, but they had a health academy. With the health academy, there were certain things that we had. Well, it was a charter school, so it was different academies. I was in the health academy because at the time I thought I wanted to be a nurse. Who knew? Okay, so with that, we had to do internships during the summer, and some of us had to do extra academics. Well, we didn't have to. We chose to do extra academics after school. That way we didn't have to do so much during the summer, and it also counted as credit when we graduated. So with that, I got to talk to a lot of older people. I did a lot of stuff in nursing homes, and you'd be surprised how much older people do stuff on the low low. Okay, and they didn't. I don't know. They just always took a liking to me, and they would tell me certain things here and there. This prayers for this. Do this for prosperity. Don't do this. Wash your clothes this way. Make sure you're doing this. Like little things would come up. One of my favorite ones. One of my favorite teachers that a little old lady named I think her name was Rudy or Ruby. Look, I drink a lot, y'all, so my brain is remembering names ain't as good as it used to be. But I could see her little frame, and I would come in the room, and she would go get me that. She would always tell me, this was at Maya Jeffries nursing home. She would tell me, go get me that Bible, and I would go get her Bible, and she would tell me, look, I don't know a lick of that Bible, but I'm a good Christian. And then she would go off to tell me other stuff that she would do. Um, and again, I'm rambling. Let me shut this down. This video's getting long. Well, basically, that's what led me on to the path that I'm on now. This is the reason why I love hiding things in plain sight. Even though I totally don't have to, especially not anymore. I certainly don't have to. Now I still choose to because it just connects me to my roots. And it makes me feel good. And I love crafting anyway, so why not put it all together? Uh, but that's how I got here, basically. There's other events that happen, but again, that's not really, I guess it is, but this video's getting too long. Alright. So yeah, that's how I got on this path. As far as reading, like I said, I was already doing rooms. I was doing pendulums. Most of y'all probably know who she is. At the time, she went by the name of Glammy. Now she goes by the name of Deborah. She's the Inner Queen coach. She's doing something doll face, but y'all know who she is. Deborah Bowen. She gave me my first set of oracle cards, and Marianne actually gave me my second set, and then Braveheart gave me my third set. but Glammy gave me she's gonna come in for calling Glammy. Deborah gave me my first set of oracle cards, and ever since I actually did a reading with my oracle cards, I was no longer able to touch my runes. So if you look at my old videos, you'll see me using runes to give readings, and then you'll see me using cards to give readings. Ever since I got the cards, my runes is like, oh, we could do spell work together, but we not reading for you no more. That's not what we doing. So if all since then I've been in oracle cards, but yeah. I'm still rambling. So I'm going to cut this video off. If you lasted this long, thank you for paying attention. Thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments, what set you on your path, If the comments long, I'll still read them. It don't matter. But tell me what set you on your path, or what made you want to get into this. And what have you learned getting into this? Because I've learned a lot of people do this that are like, but on the low, more people are into this than you think, especially the older generation. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to comment with the answers to the questions. Don't forget to watch everybody's videos. Don't forget to give the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing with your life? You're already watching the videos. You might as well just go ahead and subscribe. And I will see y'all next week. Peace.